Get him, Gil. Get him, Gil.
You're free. I mean, what he's saying is actually correct. Like, when did ring culture become a thing, right? When you talk about a team award, something that a structure needs to win, does not boost you in front of individual accomplishments. And when you used Kobe, what frowned upon what LeBron said, I would disagree with that.
Got you.
I would disagree with that.
I remember what I said there.
In real time, Kobe had 3 rings. Y'all wasn't treating him like a 3-ring player. You was treating him like a sidekick. He was considered a sidekick. He was considered a Robin. He was considered the next Pippen. In 2002, with 3 rings, we were still comparing T-Mac. Who was better in the league? You couldn't convince the NBA down the middle who was better. So
between
T-Mac and Kobe.
Totally true. Go ahead, T-Mac.
What defines greatness? Is it the championship?
That's one of the elements.
I mean,
in some cases, yeah.
I don't see anything he said wrong. I didn't see your response, but for me, we have too many talented players that come through this league that are championship worthy. What I mean by that, if you take them off a team that is a championship quality team, replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
Correct.
I felt like if I was put in that position to win a championship, I damn sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs to elevate my team to that level.
What's up, world? It's your boy Kelvin coming at you, man. Salute to everybody out there. Hope y'all doing well wherever you may be. Just want to say a few things, man, with the about the intro clip that you guys just saw with T-Mac and Mr. Dumbass Gilbert Arenas and Stephen A. Smith and stuff like that. I just want to make a quick video real quick about, I saw that, and then I wanted to respond to it. Okay, first off, the things Gilbert Arenas said about Kobe and the sidekick and Scottie Pippen and all this other type of stuff. What Gilbert talking about is a bunch of bullshit, and Gilbert is trying to rewrite history. I don't know where Gilbert get his information from. I don't really follow Gilbert. Gilbert to me is like mentally slow, and I'm not saying it in an insulting way. I'm just giving you my real opinion. Whenever I see Gilbert, and I've seen him in the past, he's mentally challenged to me, so I don't follow his content or listen to his content. I just happen to see this clip, and I want to respond to it. But back in the years 2001, 2002, 2003, I can speak on this because I was a fully grown adult and of age, and I knew what was going on in the NBA at that time. And ladies and gentlemen, there was never, ever, ever a discussion about T-Mac and Kobe Bryant. There was no comparison between the two players. First of all, let me go back to even before that. He said and I'll come back to the T-Mac thing. He said that in the year 2002, there was talks about Kobe Bryant. Everybody looked at him as a sidekick and the Scottie Pippen, and he was Scottie Pippen. That is a lie. That is a lie. No one who watched the Lakers, and I watched all them Lakers games back then. I watched all the playoffs and the championships and everything back then. I was, Michael Jordan's my favorite player. Kobe's my second favorite player. So I watched all them games and stuff on League Pass and stuff like that. So I know there was no talks at that time of Kobe Bryant being a sidekick. There was talks of Kobe Bryant being the best player in the NBA. Even Shaq himself said that. I don't know where you get this information talking about in 2002 people looked at Kobe as a sidekick. That is a lie. They did not. Him and Shaq together, they three-peated. They looked at them as equals. The only year Shaq was the definite best player on the team was the year 2000. From 2001 forward, they were equals. And against the tougher competition in the West, specifically against the Spurs, their main rival, Kobe was the one who always killed the Spurs. You can look it up. You can look up the numbers. He always performed the best against the Spurs. Now Shaq would do this thing in the NBA Finals because they were playing weak centers. The Todd McCullers and Jason Collins. Yes, one year they played against Mutombo, an older Mutombo, and he did his thing against Mutombo. But for the most part, who wouldn't game plan and let Shaq dominate in the NBA Finals if he's playing against a weak-ass center? It wasn't like he was playing against prime Akeem Olajuwon or prime David Robinson or something, So, of course, you're going to feed the ball to Shaq, and Shaq will put up 2K video game numbers, and he going to do his thing. But nobody at that time period thought of Kobe as a sidekick. It wasn't until this clown from Akron came along, LeBron James, and his fans here in later years that people start talking about sidekick and stuff like that. Now, people, let me revise it. A small amount of people, when the whole thing with Kobe and Shaq left, and people was mad at Kobe, and they was like, you shouldn't have ran off Shaq and stuff like that. There was questions of whether Kobe could lead a team on his own, but in the midst of their three-peat, no one was saying, "Oh, he's Scottie Pippen, the Scottie Pippen of the Lakers." That's disrespectful, man. That is disrespectful as hell. Kobe is in another class from Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen has become overrated as time has gone on. Y'all have elevated Scottie Pippen way too high. Scottie Pippen is nowhere in the same galaxy of a player that Kobe Bryant is. Nowhere close. And then he said, oh man, the second options and stuff like that, we didn't look at them. We didn't respect the second options on different teams, championship teams. That is a lie. We respected everybody on the team who contributed to the winning. Now, yes, we knew who the best players on the team were, the number one guy. We knew Michael Jordan was the best player and stuff like that. Or on the Celtics, Larry Bird. And the Lakers, early on it was Kareem, and then later on it was Magic. We knew who the best players were, but we did not trash and diminish the other players on the team, the second, third option, and the role players. We didn't do that. That is a lie. No one looks down on James Worthy because he was never the number one option. We respected James Worthy. We called him Big Game James. We love James Worthy. We got respect for him. James Worthy won our final MVP, but he was never the number one guy, but we didn't look down on him like that. We didn't look down on Scottie Pippen back then when the Bulls are winning championships. It's not until now that LeBron fans are overhyping Scottie Pippen and trying to prop him up, and then Scottie Pippen feeding into the shit after the Last Dance when his feelings and stuff hurt, and he trying to prop himself up to a level that he wasn't at, and we had to correct it and be like, nah, you wasn't like that, bro. But no, we never trashed second, third option. What are you talking about? Every great player needs help. Everybody. We didn't trash Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. We looked at the Celtics as a great team. That is a lie. Now, let's go to this T-Mac thing. T-Mac. Bruh, there was never any conversations back in that time period about T-Mac being on the same level as Kobe Bryant. T-Mac couldn't hold Kobe's jockstrap at any point of his career, ever. T-Mac was a nice little player. He was a nice scorer. I know a lot of y'all like T-Mac. T-Mac was cool to me. I ain't no hater of T-Mac, but I ain't no overzealous fan like some of y'all are of T-Mac and try to overhype him. When T-Mac was playing back in that time, he was cool, man. I never looked at him like that. No one looked at T-Mac like that. Nobody. You couldn't hold Kobe, man. You ain't Kobe. You ain't never been Kobe. You ain't what? Come on, bruh. I don't believe it, bruh. T-Mac on this video, y'all the clip y'all just seen, he said if you put him with Shaq, he would have showed up in the playoffs and do the things that Kobe did. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe it. I don't believe T-Mac could have did the things Kobe did. You know, Game 7 in the year 2000 when they was down to Portland. I told y'all guys before, Kobe played one of the greatest defensive games you will ever see out of a player in that Game 7. Along with dropping 25, 11, 7, 4 blocks, and single-handedly saving the dynasty in that Game 7. T-Mac, you ain't doing that. I don't believe you. You were cool. You ain't doing that, bruh. 0-1, when Kobe dropped 45 and 10 against the Spurs, the number 1 defense in the league. With Shaq, without Shaq, T-Mac, I don't believe you. You ain't doing that, bruh. You're not. Sorry, I don't believe you. 0-2 in the playoffs against the Sacramento Kings, one of the greatest playoff series of all time. Game 7 going to Oracle. Kobe dropped 30, 10, and 7 in Game 7. T-Mac, you ain't doing that. I don't believe you, nigga. You were cool. I don't believe you. You ain't doing what Kobe did. Back in the year 2000, that Game 4, when Shaq fired out. What was it, in the overtime? And Kobe dropped on points, ended the fourth, and won the overtime. Them clutch shots Kobe made on a bum ankle. T-Mac, I don't believe you. You ain't doing that. T-Mac fans, he ain't doing that. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, man. You were a nice little player, dog. You know, and it's funny. Y'all love to talk about Kobe. Oh, man, inefficient, shot chucker, bad shot taker, and all this other type stuff. Y'all love T-Mac. But do y'all know T-Mac, his field goal percentage was lower than Kobe Bryant's for his career? Do you know that? Oh, I'm just going to dry read the stat sheet like y'all do with no context. T-Mac shot 43% field goal percentage for his career. That's lower than Kobe. But y'all love T-Mac. Y'all never mention T-Mac being a shot chucker or selfish and inefficient or nothing like that. Y'all just love T-Mac. Oh, he cold, dog. He was athletic. That's my nigga. T-Mac was the shit. But T-Mac wasn't the shit like that. He wasn't Kobe Bryant. He couldn't do the things Kobe did. 2008, when Kobe played the defending champion Spurs in the Western Conference Final, I think he averaged 29 points a game. And oh yeah, y'all savior, Pau Gasol, Kobe had to carry him when Pau Gasol averaged, 12, 13 points a game, and I think he shot 44%. The great savior, Pau Gasol. T-Mac, I don't believe you. You ain't doing that. You take Kobe off the 09 and 010 Lakers, and you put T-Mac there with Pau Gasol, I don't believe you, T-Mac. You ain't leading them teams to championships. Sorry, I don't believe you. 2009 NBA Finals Game 1. Kobe dropped 40, 8 and 8. Letting Dwight Howard know, I ain't LeBron James, sir. You ain't coming here with that bullshit. T-Mac, I don't believe you. I don't. You can stick your chest out and talk. Oh man, I ain't play with Shaq and all that. I ain't had this and this and that. Bruh, you were just a scorer. That's all you were. You ain't playing no defense. You wasn't never in the running for MVP or nothing. All you was a high volume, low efficiency scorer. That's all you was. You ain't made no all defensive teams. Nothing. Nothing. And you was always hurt. Every time the team needed you, you was hurt. And don't give me this, oh, I didn't play with nobody. He had no help. Play with Yao Ming, play with the Rockets. 2009, they did better without you. They pushed the Lakers to 7 games without T-Mac. T-Mac, I don't believe you. 2013, when the Lakers were a hot garbage mess, a damn team full of injuries and old washed up players, and Kobe Bryant made that statement. He said, no matter what, we will make the playoffs. In the second half of that year, he went on a tear and carried that team playing 43, 44 minutes a night. D'Antoni ran him into the ground. He carried that team until his Achilles gave out, and he got them into the playoffs. T-Mac, I don't believe you. You ain't doing that. You wasn't the player Kobe was. You wasn't the man he was. You wasn't the leader he was. T-Mac, I don't believe you. T-Mac fans, I don't believe you. We not finna change history, man. Try to revise history. T-Mac was never in that conversation. Never. T-Mac is a bottom of the barrel Hall of Famer. And to me, he shouldn't even be in the Hall of Fame. That's just how I feel, man. T-Mac, I don't believe you. T-Mac fans, I don't believe you. Oh, if I would have played with Shaq. You put T-Mac on a 95 Orlando Magic, you take Penny off, and you put T-Mac on there with Shaq, I don't believe they make the finals. I don't believe T-Mac is better than pre-injury prime Penny Hardaway. I don't. I don't believe T-Mac is better than Grant Hill pre-injury, when the Grant Hill career was, derailed because of his foot injury. I don't think T-Mac better than him either. But you want to talk about you in the same class with Kobe? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't trying to trash T-Mac. T-Mac was cool. That's all I can say about him. He was cool. He was a nice player. A 43% field goal percentage shooting shot jacker. I'm gonna say all the things y'all say about Kobe because his shit is lower than Kobe. His best accomplishment is what? Winning 2 scoring titles? T-Mac. And making an all-star team, what? 6, 7, 8 times, whatever he made. And always hurt when you needed him. And losing in the first round, what? How many times? I'm just saying. Oh, he didn't get to play with Shaq. Okay, let's take Shaq out the way. You put T-Mac with Pau Gasol and the 09-2010 Lakers. I do not believe the Lakers win the championship. T-Mac wasn't like that. He wasn't a leader like that. He couldn't galvanize players like that. He was just a cool, high volume ISO scorer. And sometimes he did pretty athletic dunks that made you go ooh and ah. He couldn't affect the game like that. Sorry. That's just how I feel. There was never any conversations of T-Mac and Kobe Bryant, ever. When Kobe won in 09, 2010, the conversation was Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. That was the conversation at that time. T-Mac was nowhere in the conversation. The conversation with T-Mac is, man, can he stay healthy? Man, can he get out the first round? That was the conversation. There was no conversation. Stop this nonsense, man. And Gilbert, I don't expect nothing less from Gilbert. Gilbert, a half-retarded idiot, man. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be funny. That's just how I feel, man. That's my opinion of the dude. Just my opinion. He's slow. He mentally slow. And so he'll do anything for a check. So they paying him to spew out a bunch of BS on ESPN, man. Like, come on, bro. Kobe Bryant was looked at like Scottie Pippen. You out your goddamn mind. Don't you ever disrespect Kobe Bryant, put him in the same breath with Scottie Pippen. A joke. Scottie Pippen ain't half the man Kobe was. Neither is T-Mac. T-Mac cool, man. He was a nice, cool player. He ain't Kobe Bryant. He never would. And when Kobe carried the Lakers in 2013 and his Achilles got tore and he laid there on the floor and his career was effectively over at that moment. And Kobe Bryant got up and walked to the free throw line and shot his free throws and walked to the sideline and walked to the locker room. I don't believe T-Mac would have did that. T-Mac, I don't believe you. You wouldn't have did that. You wouldn't have had the guts, the heart, the courage to do that. You stayed hurt. Kobe played through injuries and played well through injuries. He is the greatest player I've ever seen play through injuries. Your ass stayed hurt. But T-Mac, that's my nigga. He was athletic. Man, please. T-Mac seemed to be a nice guy. And he was a nice player. He's in the Hall of Fame, so be it. He's in the bottom of the bottom, hanging on with a thread Hall of Famer. Because in my opinion, he shouldn't even be in the Hall of Fame. But people vote him in there. Whoever voted for the Hall of Fame, they put him there, so be it. But he's at the bottom of the bottom Hall of Fame. Kobe is up here with the luminaries and the guys, the all-timers. He's at the table with the Magic, the Birds, the Jordans, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, and Keem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan. Kobe's at that table. T-Mac is at the Carmelo Anthony table. Bottom tier Hall of Famers. That's where you're at. No disrespect to Carmelo, but it's levels to this shit. And T-Mac ain't on that level, bro. You could have did what Kobe did with Shaq, without Shaq. T-Mac and your fans, I don't believe